Again, a wonderful dialogue, a wealth of information from all our presenters. Thank you so much. Um, we, I think, in our general chat here earlier, and that those comments have been echoed. It is time for action, and it is time for us to lead the action. Us people with disabilities, us people with hearing loss, us people with vision loss, us people with mobility limitations, us people with learning difficulties, us people with intellectual disabilities, us people with developmental disabilities, whether we're deaf, blind, visually impaired, whatever that label we choose to identify ourselves with, we must demand nothing about us without us. And we must lead the conversation. Yes, this is a historic point that we are living through. We are living through history, and we must work to make the history we want to leave behind and that we want to live going forward. So we have not seen social policy advance in this country since the 60s, as it's been repeated today and stated earlier. There is historical evidence to support the ideas being brought forward. The historic announcement that was made in the throne speech committing to a guaranteed income for people with disabilities. We know that people thrive when they have basic income, that so many of our barriers are tied to financial capacity. Lifting up that financial capacity lifts our barriers away, minimizes them, and gives us an opportunity to reach our full potential. We make plenty of investments from city to city to city, from province to province. As a nation, as a country, we make investments in programs and services that often do leave us behind because we don't have the financial resources to access those programs and services, to seize those opportunities. It is not easy for people with disabilities to be employed, to be gainfully employed, and to be earning adequately, to be motivated, to be inspired to earn when they have expenses, that are that are not covered through jobs and benefits that they might have access to or not have access to. So in order to truly attain a quality of life that we all value and we all deserve to preserve our shared human dignity, it is important that we work to shape what this guaranteed income program, what this basic income program will indeed result. An announcement was made. This doesn't mean that everything is written in stone. This means that we must start the work, the real hard work that goes into determining what our needs are and what's going to best meet everyone's needs across the disability community, regardless of our intersectional identities and the multitude of barriers that we might face if our disability is coupled with race and other identity markers that add complexity to the barriers we experience. The work must be done collectively and with determination and conviction, because we want to leave a true legacy that improves the quality of life of all individuals living with disabilities, and especially those that can't voice for themselves, and we are voicing for them. So the reality at this stage is there's an announcement. We need to define that program, and we need to hold people to their promises. We have a promise on the table. Let's bring that promise forward in a meaningful and relevant way that truly improves the quality of life of every Canadian living with a disability as an individual. And I love some of those ideas that were shared today about the fact that we should be measured as individuals. So let's define those parameters. Let's put out the need very clearly, and let's stand firm in solidarity to ensure that we, in fact, have an income program that will be universal, that will be new, and that will have lasting change. So again, everyone, we have to work together to leave no one behind. Nothing about us can happen. Nothing can happen without us. Thank you.